Isaiah 14, verses 12 to 14. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Isaiah 14, verses 15 to 16. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Before I get into the meat of today's video, please watch former videos that I uploaded to YouTube and Brighteon for more background information and a better understanding of the topics I'll discuss in this video. These videos are called Let's Go to Mars, Wars. Trump considers himself to be which Greek and Roman god of light? And Donald Trump, the age of Aquarius. You can find all my references in the description and comment section of this video. Daniel 11, verse 38. But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces. And a God whom his fathers knew not shall he honor with gold and silver, and with precious stones, and pleasant things. I interpret the God of forces in Daniel 11 verse 38 to be the Roman god of war called Mars, who is essentially Satan. In Daniel 11 verse 38, I interpret a God whom his fathers knew not shall he honor with gold and silver, and with precious stones, and pleasant things to be the Greco-Roman god of light Apollo. So who exactly are the gods that Donald Trump's forefathers knew? Well, as I've previously stated many times in past uploaded videos and YouTube community posts, Trump's paternal grandparents Friedrich and Elizabeth Christ Trump were born in Kallstadt, Germany, a location in the Rhine Valley. So most likely, his great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents and great-great-great-grandparents might have worshipped old pagan Norse and Germanic gods like Tyr, Odin, Loki, etc. So a god whom his fathers knew not alluded to in Daniel 11 verse 38 is none other than Apollo. Let's take another peek at Donald Trump's lavish Trump Tower penthouse suite located in New York City, shall we? I see gold, some silver, crystal, and marble in this image. Next to the yellow arrow, you'll notice a portrait of Apollo in his chariot preceded by Aurora that rests above Donald Trump's fireplace mantle. The fallen angel Phosphorus, who is known as Lucifer in Latin, is seen flying in between Apollo and Aurora in this portrait. Look up and you'll be able to see the Greco-Roman god of light Apollo crossing the heavens in his chariot being portrayed in this ceiling mural. And again, just as Daniel 11, verse 38 states, Apollo is honored and surrounded by gold, silver, precious stones, and pleasant things. Donald Trump believes he is the living embodiment of the Greco-Roman deity of light Apollo. Donald Trump spray tans his face orange and dyes his hair blonde to imitate Apollo. Apollo is also the Greco-Roman deity of plagues and healing. Well, Donald brought the world Operation Warp Speed, and he has frequently claimed to be the father of the BR-19 shots.
There are about 6 million Freemasons worldwide, but this is the United Grand Lodge of England, and we recognise a number of lodges in different countries. But there will also be a whole host of Masonic organisations that we don't particularly recognise and that my members can't go and visit, and their members can't visit us. But we are spread pretty much everywhere throughout the world, and yes, you can usually find something somewhere that you can go and visit. Masonic meeting really has been relatively unchanged for a number of centuries. A group of 30 to 40 people will meet maybe 4 to 8 times a year for a couple of hours a night, and they will do primarily one of 3 ceremonies. The ceremonies are things which take us back to our roots of medieval stonemasons, but also bring in some aspects of learning and personal development.
I believe the Masonic temple recorded in the video you just watched is the second oldest Masonic temple in the world. Apparently there is a Freemason temple in Scotland of the Scottish Rite that is older than the one in London of the York Rite. And so, this information by the source Business Insider might be somewhat outdated. Nonetheless, you probably noticed several times in the video the portrayal of Apollo in the Masonic temple ceiling mural crossing the heavens in his quadriga. Apollo is the Greco-Roman god of light, oracles, plagues, cures, poetry, healing, archery, etc. Also, notice the twin pillars Bose and Jachin with the all-seeing, radiating eye of Lucifer that is positioned in between both pillars. It's worth noting that in Greco-Roman mythology, Apollo has a twin sibling named Artemis. Lastly, there is a 5-pointed star in between the pillars known as a satanic pentagram. Freemasons are polytheists, that is to say that they believe in worshipping various pantheons of false gods, so more than one god, from different civilizations and cultures. Lucifer is a Latin word derived from the Greek word phosphorus, which means morning star. Master of the second veil. 3 most excellent masters you must have been, or thus far you could not have come, but farther you cannot go without my words, sign, and word of exhortation. My words are Shem, Japheth, and Adoniram. My sign is this, thrusting his hand in his bosom. It is an imitation of one given by God to Moses, when he commanded him to thrust his hand into his bosom, and taking it out, it became as leprous as snow. My word of exhortation is explanatory of the sign, and is found in the writings of Moses, namely 4th chapter of Exodus. The quote from the Royal Arch Initiation Ritual. The master of the second veil goes on to quote Exodus 4, verse 6. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. The hidden hand sign is used in York Rite Masonry 7th degree, the Royal Arch degree. The Grand Master of the Second Veil or Junior Overseer is one of 9 officials necessary to form a Royal Arch chapter. During the Royal Arch initiation ceremony, he is responsible for teaching new initiatives the meaning of the hidden hand sign. The hidden hand lets the other initiates know that the individual depicted is part of this secret brotherhood, and that his actions were inspired by the Masonic philosophy and beliefs. Furthermore, the hand that executes the actions is hidden behind cloth, which can symbolically refer to the covert nature of the Mason's actions. The Jesuits are a military religious order of the Roman Catholic Church, Masonic and other oaths.
My grandfather, Frederick Trump, came to the United States in 1885. He joined the great gold rush, and instead of gold, he decided to open up some hotels in Alaska. He did fantastically well. He loved this country. Likewise, my father, and now me. In 1999, I was the Grand Marshal of the German-American Steuben Parade. In 1999, I was the Grand Marshal of the German-American Steuben Parade, and I really enjoyed that day. We passed Trump Tower, 69 stories. I looked up and I said, this is a long way from Karlstadt. I'm a proud German-American. Enjoy the parade, and I'll be watching you from Trump Tower.
I'm on the German-American Steuben Parade New York website. I clicked on the sublink about the parade and the sublink Grand Marshals to get to this page. Now, I'm going to scroll down the webpage to the year 1999, and as you can see, Donald John Trump was indeed the Grand Marshal of the German-American Steuben Parade, which occurred in New York City.
Tomorrow is a very big day because tomorrow will represent 50 years from the time we planted a beautiful American flag on the moon. And that was an achievement, possibly considered one of the great achievements ever. And we're going a lot further now. We're going to the moon, but we're then going to Mars.
I am on a website called freemasoninformation.com. I want to disclose that I don't believe in the following theories: the Big Bang Theory, Darwinian evolution, heliocentrism, and the spinning, globe or pear-shaped model of the Earth. I understand that there are believers out there who do believe in these theories, so good for them. Now I'm going to read over some excerpts from this website to show you how many Freemasons have allegedly been to outer space. Masonic astronauts. These intrepid rocket men, venturing where few have gone before them, are truly heroes. They are indeed famous Freemasons, but perhaps more famous for their adventures above the horizon. Focus on the word Apollo, regardless of the space mission, and whether it was Apollo 1 or Apollo 7 or Apollo 10 or Apollo 14 or Apollo 15. Yes, all these alleged astronauts are Freemasons. Colonel Edwin Eugene Buzz Aldrin, Apollo 11. Born January 20, 1930. The second man to walk on the moon, Aldrin was the first Freemason to set foot upon the celestial globe. Initiated at Oak Park Lodge No. 864, Montgomery, Alabama, on February 17, 1955. Passed to Fellowcraft on April 12, 1955. Raised at Lawrence N. Greenleaf Lodge, No. 169 in Denver, Colorado, on February 21, 1956. Dorkrite degrees, Waco, Texas, May 1967. Member Arabia Shrine Temple, Houston. Aldrin, under special deputation of the Grand Master of Texas, J. Guy Smith, was given authority to open a representation of the Grand Lodge of Texas on the moon and establish Masonic territorial jurisdiction there for the Grand Lodge of Texas. The deputation was carried to the moon by Aldrin on Apollo 11 on July 20, 1969. Now I'm going to scroll down this webpage so you can see all the other Freemason clowns who have allegedly traveled to outer space. Specifically look for all the clowns who were on Apollo-related missions. When the Mason learns that the key is the proper application of the dynamo of living power, he has learned the mystery of his craft. The seething energies of Lucifer are in his hands. The quote by 33-degree Freemason Manly P. Hall from page 78 of the book The Lost Keys of Freemasonry. Ephesians 2, verse 2. Wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.